Ever found yourself just looking at a piece of paper during an exam and going, what the heck have I done? I don't understand any of this. It's getting really frustrating. I don't like it. What am I meant to do? Oh, I'm so stuck. I don't understand. You know what? Just screw this. I'm getting rid of this. I don't want to play anymore. I don't like this. In the bin. Get in the bin. Yes. And after it's in the bin, you go to sleep. You have a bit of a daydream during the exam. But then during your sleep, you have a realization. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if there was a way to get a few more marks on these exams? I wish someone would give me a bit of a hand.
Then hopefully I can help. There is a wonderful way of dealing with this to make it nice and simple and not too complicated. It is known as the VEST method. The VEST method is the best method for dealing with any equation question that you might get in your GCSEs.
Make sure you have some paper and a pen with you so you can write this all down so that in future you have something to refer to. Once you have something down, then you can just keep looking back on it and you can do it for every single type of question. Make sure you've got some. Go get it now.
Here we have an example of a question that might come up. And the first thing that we always need to do is we always need to write the letters V, E, S and T for variables, equation, substitute and transform. So V, this top one as I just said, is about the variables. These are the different things that they either tell you in the question or is different pieces of information that they want you to find. Now, in this question, okay, you can see that they talked about resistance, current and voltage. We'll come back to this in a minute though. Now, because we know that it's about resistance, voltage and current, there is an equation that we'll need to use. And that's what this E step is for. It's for this equation part. Now, in physics papers, they will either give the equation to you or they will ask you to remember it, or they've been more kind in recent years in that they've given you them on the physics equation sheet, so you need to go and find them. But historically, you have had to remember them. But they might give it to you. But if they do give it to you, then it's going to be less marks. Now this S part, this is for substitute, like they do in different sports. They switch things out. So either, for example, in football, where they'll change one player in for another. Here, we are changing any numbers we've got in for any of the words in the equation. Again, we'll come back to it in any minute. T stands for transform. Transform, I like to think like transformers, is this idea of they rearrange themselves into different things, and here they are asking you to rearrange the equation. Okay, it's not always necessary though, it's only sometimes it's needed, so you just need to make sure that you know what you're doing on that one. So that's what each of the four different parts mean. So, now we are going to look at this exact question. It reads, what is the resistance in a wire when there is a current of 5 amps and a voltage of 2 volts? What I like to do is I have to go through and I highlight all of the different parts that either we've been told or things we need to find. So in this one, we highlight the fact there are 5 amps, because that's information they've told you, and 2 volts. Look for numbers, that's key. And then look for any kind of question. So what is the resistance? Okay, that's what we've got here. It's a what is question. So here, what I will then do is that I will change or move that information from the question down into our V, the variables section. So in part 1, we could talk about the voltage, and that would be 2 volts. Then we'll write about the current, which is 5 amps. And then we will talk about the resistance. The resistance being the unknown. So here we write a little question mark or the word resistance. Now the equation. The equation we know has resistance, it has current and it has voltage in it. So either they've given it to you or you need to go find it. And here the equation is voltage equals current times resistance. Now that's the E step. Next is substitute. You substitute the things in. You put in any information that we know. And we know the voltage is 2 volts, the current is 5 amps. So we can just change those. Voltage becomes 2, current becomes 5, and then that leaves us with our resistance as the unknown. We can't put this into our calculators. It wouldn't give out an answer. So you have to rearrange it. We have to use that transform part. We make resistance the subject. So in order to do that, we are going to have to make resistance equal and then move that 5 over to the other side, because for rearranging, which we'll do another video on, we rearrange it by doing the opposite of what is happening. So it becomes 2 divided by 5 because it's 5 times on the other side. Thankfully, in science, you can always rely on having a calculator because you are asked to bring one and you will need to use one. So here we can just put into our calculator 2 divided by 5, and that gives you an answer of 0.4. Remember, the unit for resistance is ohms, which is that kind of omega shape. So remember to make sure you add in any units. Now, we need to kind of see what the point of this method is. So we have to look at where the marks are, because that's what we're trying to get here. So for your S phase, that is actually where you first get some marks. So here you can see that you get a green tick for where the substitution phase has happened. Then you get one for the rearranging phase. Then you get one for your answer. Then you could potentially get one for the unit if they haven't already given it to you. So this question has 4 possible marks. That gives you a bit of an overview of the VEST method and how we can use it. That's the one for physics. We're going to do another one in a minute, so stick around for the chemistry, and we're going to do another one for the biology too, just to show you that it's usable in any possible question. Okay, here we have a question where it's usable in chemistry. So it reads, what is the concentration of a solution that has a volume of 0.5 decimeters cubed and has 12 grams of metal added to it? So first step, we always write the 4 letters V-E-S-T, making VEST, okay? So then we have our V, which stands for our variables. We go through the question, we underline any numbers that we see and any question that is asked to you. So here you can see we've underlined 0.5 decimeter cubed for our volume, 12 grams for our mass, we know that because of the unit, and what is the concentration. So our volume, as you can see here, I'm writing 0.5 decimeter cubed for the volume, mass equals 12 grams, and the concentration equals, we don't know, question mark, okay? That's an unknown for us. Now, E, remember, this is the equation. You've either remembered this or you've been given it. In chemistry, they don't give you an equation sheet, unfortunately, so it's either you've remembered it or they've given it to you. The equation for this one, concentration equals mass divided by volume. Then we go on to our substitute phase. We put in anything that we know. We don't know concentration, so we leave it as the word concentration. Mass, we know, is 12 grams, and the volume is 0.5. We don't need to transform here. It's not needed, okay? Because you could put 12 divided by 0.5 into a calculator and it gives you 24, and the unit is grams per decimeter cubed, okay? Now, where are the marks? Number 1 mark here is actually in your substitute phase, always is, for putting the numbers into the equation correctly. Then you get another one for your number answer, which was 24, another one for your unit, which is grams per decimeter cubed. 3 possible marks for this question. Now, it could change though. They might already give you the unit and therefore be worth 1 less mark. And then sometimes they'd also give you the equation, so sometimes it's not as kind. Remember, putting the correct rearrangement of the equation first is important. Don't rearrange first. Leave that till after, because that's what the exam mark scheme is actually looking for. Okay, really, really important. People skip that. People do the transform step first. Don't. Do the substitution phase first, then do the transform phase. Right, and the last one, okay, we have one for our biology questions. What is the actual size of bacteria if its image is 30 millimeters and has a magnification of 150? Again, VEST stands for VEST. VEST method is the best method. We go through, we underline any pieces of information that we want to know. Image is 30 millimeters, magnification 150, and what is the actual size? That is our unknown. So now for the V, we write image equals that 30 millimeters because we've already found it in the question. Then the magnification is 150. So again, we can put that in. No unit, notice. Magnification doesn't have a unit because it's just times. And then actual is our unknown. So again, leave it as a question mark or we leave it as the word actual. The equation, the one that I've remembered is magnification equals image divided by actual. So that's the one that I will write down. Importantly, once you've got that down, you need to substitute everything in. Sorry, plant. Okay, you substitute everything in. So magnification we know is 150. Our image we know is 30, but our actual is an unknown. So we have to write it like that. Here we do need to use our transform step. We need to get actual as the subject, the thing on its own. And here, a little bit complicated rearranging. Again, I'll do another video on rearranging. And we get 30 divided by 150. Again, wonderfully, you get to type that into a calculator in science, no mental maths necessary. And here you get an answer out of 0.2 millimeters. It's millimeters because it's the same as what they gave you in the question. Where are the marks? I hear you cry. Again, in the substitute phase, you've correctly substituted 1 mark, you've rearranged it correctly, 1 mark, and you've given an answer, another mark. Okay, 3 possible marks here. Possibly 4 if they've not given you the unit, but for magnification questions, they do tend to give you the unit. I hope you found that useful. Remember, the VEST method is the best method for dealing with these things. Try and maybe go back through, test yourselves on some of those questions, see if you can do it for yourselves, see if you can follow my thought process, and then actually apply it to some of your questions in school. And trust me, you'll be getting more marks than you had done previously. Remember, the VEST method is the best method. That's been me, Mr. Lomax, doing some science with you. Hope you found it helpful. If you wouldn't mind, give us a subscribe, give us a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.